Hey everybody, so I wanted to give you a chance to work on snow globes, and you can either do one big one that's the star of the show, or you can do a snow globe still life where I'm going to show it to you sitting on a shelf, okay? That way you could add more things if you were interested. So to make a snow globe, you're going to think about this rounded shape, and you can make a full circle. I like to actually make mine a little squared off down here, so it's a curvy line. I like to give it its first part of its base like this. Almost could be a snowman with his little tiny scarf. And then I like to make the base sturdy, so I make diagonal lines coming down. And you'll notice I'm working pretty light till I'm sure of what I want. Then I make a curvy line. The curvy line matches this, like that. I like to make kind of these flattened C's here and one more part of the base. Now sometimes I like to do this because I know there's some people who don't have any of those materials that we use for coloring. You can do this where you're kind of making it glow with a pencil line, and you could do it all in shading if you prefer. That is definitely a technique that I like to try out, where I'm kind of rubbing on the edge here and giving it this kind of glowing look. I could do that with all the center, and I could leave a nice shine mark on my clear globe there. And then what I like to do is I like to create sort of that part where it's the snow at the bottom. What you put in here is up to you. You could make a gingerbread house, you could make a snowman, you can make anything from a wintry scene that seems like it is something you want to put in there. I'm going to show you a snowman just because he's a perfect wintry guy. So I would start off with that same type of shape I just made. And I don't need to make the whole thing because he's actually probably kind of buried a little bit in this. And then I make his scarf. I'll make it a little wider, like that. And then I'm going to make his body. Now he's kind of looking off here. So I'm going to give him his little nose, kind of like a long skinny V, rounded off for the carrot. And you can go in and give lots of details if you want. I'm going to give him his eyes, tiny little eyes, button eyes. And then you can either give him these tiny little pebbles for his mouth. You can add any kind of cap you want, but again, because he's rounded, we're going to give that shape rounding. So we know that the band is more rectangular, but we're curving it here and here, so it looks like it fits on top of his head. You could make a top hat if you want. I'm going to make it more like a stocking cap, and it's going to hang off the side like this. Make little wrinkles here, and I'm even going to give him a pom-pom. I'm going to give it stripes, 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 because I want to have a fun hat. You can make yours a shorter one too, any way you want. It's up to you. I'm going to give him, oh, maybe his scarf is hanging in the breeze, like that. I'm going to give him his buttons sort of off to the side like he's looking this way. And then his little Y-shaped stick for his arms, maybe the other one's here. And then I may put like a gingerbread house. So I'm going to make it a little 3D, like this. Start with a square, start with a triangle. I'm going to go off into the distance, and I'm going to repeat this line like that. So it looks like I'm seeing the front of the house and the side of the house at the same time. So I might make icing for here. I could make it like crackers, or I could use that, if you remember when we made those fish scales on rainbow fish. Maybe I want to make another little triangle inside of here. And maybe I'm going to add a door, gumdrops, whatever it is you want, whatever you like, windows, whatever you like. And then what I want to do is I want to add snow because it's falling. That's what the snow globe's about, adding snow. Adding snow. And you can make your snow as detailed as you want. I know that they have 6 sides, as my friend Will told me. And so you can add them 6 sides, and since we're artists, if you prefer to add 8, you go with it. And so I filled my snow globe with a nice wintry scene. You could write a message here, color it solid. You could do it all in black and white if you prefer. You could do shading where you kind of went along the edges like this and this. It's a little darker toward the edges if you prefer. You can blend it with your finger. All up to you. You can as detailed or as simplified in color as you want. So that's the way we would make it if we were making it the snow globe, the star. But in the sample, I saw that they were calling it a still life. So what they did was they thought about having a shelf. So they made the shelf like this. So it was like on a mantle. I know not everybody has a mantle, so do not worry about that. And then you have the side of the shelf, so it looks sort of 3D. And in this one, in the demonstration, she shows you one that has more of this shape here. And you can make it squared off. You could make the base a little more rounded like this. And again, let's put some snow in here. And in this one, she kind of puts something she has on her shelf at home, like a snowman. I'm going to actually put, I love the story, The Snowman. And so I'm going to put my snowman, which is a little different shaped. It's like he comes to life, so he needs legs. He wears his scarf like this, and his scarf blows in the breeze. This is a part where he flies in there. And then his hat is more of a floppy hat like this. And then he has this sort of, instead of a carrot, he has, I don't know what it is, but maybe a peach or a lemon. And then he has his smile that he draws on for him. And so you could add whatever you want. You could add maybe in here, I like her sample of overlapping gingerbread houses, where it looks like they're filled with gingerbread houses. So you can watch that one for ideas. You could write a message in yours. It could say, welcome to New York. Definitely a snow globe, so I'm going to add some snow. You can add as many details as you want. I'm kind of rushing a little bit because I want you to see how it's done. And I don't want to go over the certain limit I have on Artsonia when I'm uploading. Anything you choose to add to it, but when you get to this part, we want it to look 3D, so it's like, here's the back of the shelf, back of the shelf, back of the shelf. If yours is not full enough, please add whatever you like. You could definitely add a window. Maybe you want to have a wintry scene through the window here in the background. Maybe you have this window pane like this. And maybe there's mountains in the background or a city. You want to draw the city in the background, you definitely could do that. Add as much detail as you like. You can make patterns on the wall, like a what do you call it? Wallpaper, whatever you like, okay? So choose how you're going to make your snow globe and have fun.